Alright, this is JetBlue 2730 heading to Raleigh-Durham on an A320. Now rolling down runway 8. By the way, welcome to San Juan Planespotting Series Part 8. This is Plane Hunter Brian with DG Aviation Videos. Alright, this is Frontier Airlines Flight 268 coming in from Santiago on an A321. Now on final approach for the south side via runway 10. And for the first time in a while, I just finally caught a departure on the north side. So let's catch the landing. Okay, here it is. Sorry for these little things here, but there it is now, touching down on 10. Here's where things get better. Have all these trade wind Pilatus aircraft. Okay, it's landing now. Whoa! Oh, that was an awesome landing, guys. This is JetBlue Flight 1347 coming in from DCA, Washington Reagan National on an A321. Now on final approach for the south side via runway 10. Alright, next up for the south side via 10 is this Southwest Airlines Flight 3820. Coming in from Orlando on a 737-700. Okay, next up is JetBlue Airways Flight 153 coming in from Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood on an A320. Now on final for the south side via runway 10. Have to step a little closer for this thing to try to look better. Apparently within just a few minutes we're going to see a United Airlines MAX 9 arrive here on the south side. And next up, the JetBlue A320 in the Super Mario livery taking off from the north side. Okay, here it is, a heavy duo that has been stuck here since Saturday. The United Airlines Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner and an Iberia A330-200. They were both scheduled to depart this Saturday. In the case for the Dreamliner, it was supposed to depart yesterday, but they turned out to be canceled. So that's why they're stuck here in San Juan. We have Frontier 4725 heading to Orlando on the A321neo. Now attacking for a north side takeoff via runway 8. Now taxiing for a north side takeoff via runway 8. Thought we were getting jet blasted, but no. Okay, it's currently holding short. I don't know if this is winds or jet blast. Have it holding short of the runway. First time in like 8 episodes we get to feature some aircraft that were never featured, like the United Dreamliner. Okay, here it is. Gotta stay tuned for the Super Mario Brothers JetBlue A320. All right, let's listen into those Pratt & Whitney 1100G engines roaring. V1 and rotate. Positive rate of climb and gear up. Okay, here's the heavy duo on the background. Gotta love that heavy duo, guys. Get another still of this. Get as many pics as I can of this heavy duo that's been stuck here for the past 2 days. Okay, here you have an unknown Dassault Falcon 2000 coming in from Miami. Now preparing for a south side landing via runway 10. Okay, to all those of you who are watching, we're live from the flight park here at San Juan International Airport. Here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, La Isla del Encanto. Have the private jet, the Dassault, on final approach. Alright folks, here we have 2 departures at the same time. JetBlue Airways flight 2752 heading to Tampa on the A320 Super Mario livery, and Iberia flight 380 heading to Madrid on an A330-200. Now both take off for the north side here at runway 8. JetBlue is going to line up first, and then Iberia will be lining up for takeoff. Oh, and I wanted to see this flight for a long time. Next up is United Airlines Flight 701 coming in from Houston Intercontinental on a MAX 9, which is on approach for the south side at runway 10. On a MAX 9. Now on final for the south side at runway 10. In the background is Iberia flight 380 heading to Madrid on an A330-200. Expected to take off on the north side by runway 8 shortly. Iberia, we're screwed. So this has to be a good double take. Sorry if I'm rushed, guys, but you know how this is. Now United landing on the south complex. Now we're gonna go back to the north complex to catch the departure of Iberia flight 380. Here's Iberia lining up for the north runway. In this case, runway 8. It's Iberia 380. Now about to roll down. Gosh darn it. JetBlue 526 heading to Providence on an A320. I'll put the flight number below to the 767. Come on, JetBlue. Here you are. To wrap up today's episode, this is Atlas Flight 8617 coming in from Miami on a 767-300 freighter. Now on final for the south side. On final approach for runway 10 in the south side. Correction, this is a Delta 757-200, I believe it is. Possible correction. If there's any mistake, just let me know. Correction on the last arrival, that was Delta Airlines flight 1791 coming in from Atlanta on a 757-200, which was landing here on the south side. Now to wrap up the episode of today, this is Atlas Flight 8617 coming in from Miami on a 767-300 freighter. Now on final approach for the south side at runway 10. Finally got it right, because I thought this was this same flight when I realized it was the Delta 757-200 ER. So, you know, we all make mistakes. Now this is a 767-300 freighter now on approach. Sorry for the mistake on the previous arrival, but the correction is that was Delta Airlines flight 1791 coming in from Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson on the 757-200 ER. Or not the 757-200 ER, the 757-200 standard. Here is Atlas Air now touching down. Alright guys, thank you for watching today's episode, and we'll be back on the next one. Peace out.